People are angry, and rightly so, about what's going on in the country at the moment. People feel like they're just being taken the piss out of, really. And it's not nice to feel like that when your bank account's always dwindling week by week. Well, here's a few people who want to have their say about what's going on in the country right now.
What has happened to the UK? I'm in what was once a thriving Saturday night nightlife town in the middle of England. It is now a ghost town. It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday night in August, and this place used to be rammed as far as the eye could see with people, partiers. There was at least 15 bars and pubs, a few nightclubs, from the blue building that you can see in the background all the way down there. There is nobody out.
We get funding for the people who committed crime and things like that, and it's good funding. A lot of money could be made through that. But he said for the good kids, there's nothing, no funding for it. So we offered to work a day for free to give some, like, good achievers at school. We were going to go around various schools and say, not the best achievers, but the people that look as if they've tried the hardest. No. Our boss says no money for that. So we said, we'll work for free. He said, we can't do that because then you're not insured. So he pays £1 a day, each one of us. There was 6 of us instructing. He said, no, we can't do that. He said, there's no way around it, Les. We ain't going to do it. So how bad is that? There's funding to reward the kids that have been up to no good, but there's no funding for the people who keep their noses clean and are nice people of society, and they're trying the hardest. And you'll see that in many, many different ways.
It's ridiculous how the UK complain about immigration, meanwhile their younger generations are actually leaving. Yeah. So if you're debating leaving the UK, whether that's for travelling, to move somewhere else, yeah, the grass isn't greener on the other side all the time, but it's time. This is your sign.
My name's Becky, and for those of you that haven't been following my account, me and my family are looking to move out of the UK next year. And you know, I've been talking to a lot of people recently, and it isn't necessarily all to do with money as to why people want to migrate out of the UK. It's actually to do with living a better lifestyle. You know, the UK is so fast paced. All everyone cares about is money in the bank account. Obviously they need that because of the cost of living is absolutely extortionate, and it's only going to get worse. But actually having a better quality of life. Now this could mean sunshine, you know, it could mean just going for walks on the beach every day, or just actually living somewhere where you can spend quality time with your family rather than working 10-hour days. And this is a major reason as to why me and my family are looking to move out of the UK and to Cyprus.
The average rent for where I live for a standard ex-council 3-bedroom house is £1,400 to £1,500 a month. And that's round about what I was earning or taking home when I was single and paying for everything by myself. So people are forced to either live at home, or they have to have a minimum of a dual income family, if not have a dual income family and a housemate. Car insurance is at an all-time high, so people are having to sell their cars, because even if they can afford to get a car in the first place, 90% of which is on finance, because no one can afford to save up to buy a car in cash anymore. So you have to finance a car, which means you've got more monthly payments. You can't afford the insurance because the insurance is higher than it's ever been in history. Meaning in order to get to work where you're going to slave yourself away when you're not even able to pay for your rent, pay for your food, you can't take a holiday, you can't buy any new clothes, you have to thrift everything from charity shops, and charity shop prices are absolutely extortionate now. You either have to take the bus or the train, which means you are then adding an extra 2 hours to 3 hours, maybe even 5 hours in some cases if you're commuting, to your working day. So you're out of the house for like 18 hours a day to do a menial job, to not be able to afford to pay your rent, to be putting everything on credit cards, to be putting everything on Klarna and buy now, pay later, because you literally can't afford anything.
This man just dropped 20 quid on a sausage and a sad scoop of chips. He is so pissed off he starts questioning every decision that led him here.
What in the broken Britain cost of living bullshit are these chip shops? So, thought I'd pull in this place, get myself a sausage and chips, a bit of curry sauce on. Oh yes. So, fucking hell, I'm still shocked. I had a large battered sausage, normal chips, and a curry sauce over the top, just a little sprinkle, you know. My little lady Dozens, my little baby, she had a pucker pie, and she had chips and a little pot of gravy. How the fuck is that over 20 quid now? Fucking hellfire!
It looks beautiful in the park, absolutely beautiful. But at the end of the day, who's going to get stinged for this? Because you can guarantee now, when the weather's getting winter and winter and colder, that the energy companies are going to start charging even more. I can guarantee my bills are going to be up like God knows how much in the next couple of months. And that can't be fair. It can't be. I bet the energy companies are rubbing their hands with glee as soon as they see a bit of snow outside. As soon as they look at that temperature, and they look at that temperature dropping, it's like money in their eyes. You know what I mean? They're counting their money, knowing there's going to be families of 3 kids, 4 kids, who can't afford to heat up the house. There's going to be old people coming out of their house who are frail, in the cold, walking around the street just to stay out the house to keep warm. You haven't even got like local libraries that open. They're like open for like 2 days a week or 3 days a week. So an old person can't even go and have a little walk in a library and just a little sit down and a read because the library's bloody closed, but the building is still there. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense, this. It's senseless. It's hard enough for a working man to go out, graft all day, come back to his house and not be able to put his heating on, let alone an old lady living alone, needs a bit of cold, has got arthritis, got bones aching all over the gaff, and can't even afford to heat up their home. It's ridiculous. You know, they're probably priced out of buying tea bags at the moment. You can't even buy tea bags for less than 3 quid, unless they're really cheap ones that don't even taste like tea. Like, you can't even warm yourself up anyway at all. You know, you can't put an electric heater on because you've got to plug that into electricity, and that's going to cost you a fortune. Also, what can you do? You can't put the central heating on all day if you're a pensioner and you're not working. You need to sit at home and put your feet up, and you've got medical conditions. What are you supposed to do in this weather? As I said before, in this beautiful park, it looks lovely, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because realistically, you need to heat your house up. Wherever you live, you need to wrap up and heat your house up. But how is it possible? How is it possible when it's just going to get hiked up? I've already saw my bill, and it's not even had a mild winter, and it's gone up at least 30%. 30% just in 1 month, because I pay monthly. I mean, what percentage is going to go up for this month because we've got bloody snow here? It just can't be sustainable. The government needs to intervene and help out working class people, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that put the money into this country. So we need a bit of a handout and a bit of, you know, some clemency. And it's only fair that we do get a bit of clemency in this country, because it's always take, and nobody's ever giving anything, and they need to start giving back. This channel's about fairness. It's about people from every background that contributes into the UK being treated fairly. And this government is not treating any of us fairly at the moment. So keep on watching, stay subscribed, and stay interested, and stay involved. Because we need to stand together, all of us.